Hello everyone and welcome to the 10th video of the course ZBrush Basics. On this video we'll focus on subtools. Subtools are the tools that will let us organize the geometries we have in our canvas in a more efficient way for us to work with more ease. Having as reference what we took on the previous video about the polygroups, the subtools are quite similar. However, the main difference is about the following. The polygroups work on a single geometry. I mean, we take one sculpture and we divide it into several parts. The subtools, on the other hand, work in files which contain more than one geometry. Let's imagine the case of a machine, which has got pipes, wires, lights, bulbs, those sort of things. Placing all of them in a single canvas would turn out to be quite complex for us, since if we modify one object, we could take the risk of modifying another one, spoiling our job on the process. What we can do is to take each of those elements and separate them through something similar to layers. Layers we could enable and disable as we please, letting us have a much faster workflow. Let's practice then with the subtools. Over the Tools panel, above Geometry, we find Subtool. When we open it, we get a new window. Each one of these pieces over here are subtools we could use, or that we can add. If we click on this button called Append, it opens the panel where we could find the subtools. The same we find above. Nevertheless, in this case, if we add it, let's add a cylinder, we can see it's not a new object, but it shows up a number over the icon of the 3D mesh, in this case the sphere. That number represents the subtools we have inside a single file. In this case we've got two. We could move along one and the other one to work with more ease. We could disable them, in this case the cylinder, or we can enable all of them. Whatever we do in a subtool won't affect at all the others. We could use Move, and as we could notice, the other subtool was not affected at all. We could add more subtools by hitting Append. This cone, we select the layer, and as you can see, we've got three sculptures or models, totally independent. The Subtool panel has also got other options. We could rename an object. These are the names by default, but we could change the name. We could duplicate the objects. We've got this cone. If we hit duplicate, it'll create a copy. We could delete subtools. Okay. Among other options, I won't cover for the time being since this is a basic course. Each one of these subtools have got the ability to increase the subdivisions. If we hit Ctrl D, as you can see, under Geometry, we can notice it's got two subdivisions already. We could increase it to 3. In the case of the sphere, we'll also set it to 3 subdivisions. And let's just add one subdivision to this one. If we select each tool, we can check the subdivisions are independent, keeping all the characteristics of each subtool. As you can see, the Subtools panel is really useful. I think this is it about this video. I hope you practice this Subtools panel, since it'll make the process faster. I'll see you then on later videos.